Welcome to today's edition of 3-Minute Halacha. We continue our study of Topher with the question of using magnets on Shabbat. What could possibly be wrong with using a magnet? Well, if you think about it, when it comes to the prohibition of sewing, you're attaching two pieces of material via thread. Biblically, it'd be prohibited to even make two stitches with a knot or three stitches even without a knot. And rabbinically, two stitches without a knot are also prohibited, and the same is true even of attaching two pieces of paper. A magnet seems to be able to put something in place. For example, a magnet on a refrigerator can put a piece of paper to stay on the refrigerator, and therefore perhaps it's prohibited. However, the common position is that it is permitted to use a magnet on Shabbat, and it's not considered topher because there's no third item, there's no string that attaches the piece of paper to the refrigerator, but it's just a magnetic pull. That's the explanation of the Ber Moshe, the Devratzina Rav. And in fact, this would seem to apply according to his logic, even if one has plans to leave that item on the refrigerator for a period of time. However, others rule that if the magnet will be left in place for some time, that it would be forbidden on Shabbat. That's the Shmirat Shabbat Kilchata in the new edition, and also Rav Elyashiv has that position. However, to use a chess set that may have magnets at the bottom where the pieces are being moved consistently would not be a problem even according to those positions. Everyone seems to agree that you shouldn't be using large, heavy industrial magnets, which attach something very firmly and strongly because you want to keep that in place. Magnets that are in the form of letters and are meant to make words when put next to each other are permitted, as we find in the Igrot Moshe, unless if they're in some kind of frame which holds them permanently in place or long-term in place. Igrot Moshe, the first volume, the 135th tshuva, and also we find it in the Ktsos HaShulchan, 144 in the footnote 4, which would quotes the Avnei Nezer to permit it. Interestingly, if the magnet contains business information, it's an advertisement for someone's business, in that kind of case, the magnet may be permitted to be used, but may not be able to be moved because it is muktzah, under the category of kli shemalachto le'isser. And therefore, what you should consider if using magnets, use just generic magnets or something which doesn't have any business relationship to what's written on them on Shabbat. Magnets are permitted. If it's long-term, there is a debate, but short-term, there seems to be no significant debate, and you can use them on Shabbat.